Well, good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. I'm a couple minutes late today. Not horrible, but I'm still late. I'm warming up my vehicle because it is sunny, but it is cold out here. Baby, it's cold outside. I really must go. I'm sorry. Yeah, so another day, rise and grind in South Jersey. My nose is all stuffy, but I'm not sick. I feel good. Finally ate something, a little something last night. Didn't eat much. I had a couple pieces of chicken. What else did I have? I had some couple pieces of chicken and I cut up some cheese. That was about it for me last night. So, not much at all today to talk about other than the Cowboys, by waiting, are missing out. Because Dan Quinn swooped in yet again to grab the defensive line coach that the Cowboys were going to get. But since they drugged their ass with Mike Zimmer, they couldn't get him. We lost third day to Seattle. Sharif Floyd signs with the Commanders. That's who worked with Mike Zimmer. So, obviously, Sharif Floyd, I believe he worked with Dan Quinn as well. So, we don't get him. So now we're stuck holding the pieces again. That's just what we do, people. That's just what we do as an organization. Now, I was watching the draft show. I do watch that show on DallasCowboys.com. We are going to start getting into the draft. I've started looking at players. And according to Brian Broaddus, it's kind of what I expected, if you guys know. Most likely, Dallas is going to make a free agent signing as a linebacker. Linebacker core coming out of the draft, there's some players, but it's not great. The highest rated guy is Wilson out of North Carolina State, but he's had 9 surgeries in college. Now you have your Jeremiah Trotters, you have your Coopers at Texas A&M. Trotter's a bit undersized. Just like the Broad has said, here we go. Damn. I actually like it, though. Like, Brian Broaddus is the one who drafted Jeremiah Trotter Sr. And he even said, Junior is only 6 foot, if he's 6 foot. So, as we get closer to the draft, obviously we need to address the linebacker core in free agency. Who that's going to be, I don't know. I would like to get a couple pieces. They're working on a DAC extension as we speak. That'll free up money. They're already on record saying that they don't want CD playing on the 5th-year option. So, expect both of those deals to get done. They could free up upwards of $45-50 million with ease. Just with doing a few things. Linebacker, though, is huge. We need to go make a splash in free agency. First wave, a stud. You name him, Patrick Queen, whoever you want. Get him in here before the draft. Now, I'm on record as saying I also want a defensive lineman in free agency as well. Doesn't have to be the big splash guy, but give me DJ Reader out of Cincinnati. I really like that. He's 30. I get it. He won't be at the top of the market, but he's really good. But as long as Will McClay is going to work with Mike Zimmer, I think we're going to be fine. Because Mike Zimmer, what does he like? Linebackers, smart safeties, right? And the scheme that he uses, he pressures the A-gaps, which is where you want to pressure. So I think he could use Micah really well doing that. Micah will still move around, but he'll play more traditional linebacker, normally blitzing the A-gap. Good luck with that, because he shades his two big defensive tackles, which is why we need to address that position in the draft. But I think we need to address it in free agency as well. I don't know that Osa Odigizua fits in our scheme going forward. He's a free agent. So the question is to sign Osa or to not sign Osa. I think Osa's going to get a high dollar from somebody. And the problem with Osa is the last two seasons around week 10 or 11, he tails way off. So that's my problem with Osa. Why is he tailing off? He gets tired. So if you can't be what you are in the middle of the season in the playoffs, I don't know what to tell him. Maybe Zimmer can help him with that, but I don't know that Osa's back. Osa or Dorrance Armstrong? I ask you. I would rather have Dorrance Armstrong back. Even though Osa will probably get more on the open market. So, like I've been telling you for weeks now, linebacker in free agency, and I want a D tackle. Don't have to be the best guy out there. What this draft is big on. This draft is huge on cornerback, which we could use another corner. Offensive tackles. You know who I want, at the center position, but he won't be there at 27. So, if Powers Johnson's gone, then we're going to need to get an offensive tackle. That's what I see happening. But they need to do a lot of things before we get to that. We got a month, people. Less than a month before free agency begins. So, but I think they have to. Zimmer now, I'm sure he's watched the tape. He has to identify who he wants to bring back or try to bring back. Another guy that they really want back, but at the right price. Here we go, right at the right price. Now, I think you might be able to get him. But looking at a couple websites, Houston Texans, the Eastside Heralds, Houston Eastside Heralds, they are going to be big players in free agency. They have, with their forecast, they have Houston Texans signing, because they're going to have a lot of money. Houston Texans signing Chris Jones and Stephon Gilmore. So they have the Dallas Cowboys re-signing Tyron Smith for a 1-year, $12 million deal, possibly incentive-laden. Here's the deal, people. We need to address these issues sooner rather than later. Why wait? If Gilmore, I will be talking with him too. This is why I say Catboy don't need to be at the Senior Bowl. Or, he don't need to be there. Catboy needs to be in his office on the phones talking to agents. That's your job. Let Will McClay look at the talent and put the radar gun down. Steven. It's embarrassing at this point. Get in your office and get some work done. You have a lot of moves. All in doesn't sound like you're sitting on your hands. Let Will McClay identify the talent. Now that Zim's on board, Zimmer goes to Will McClay, and they have a conversation. I need linebackers. I need safeties. He's gonna look at Marquise Bell. My guy, Primetime Phil, my partner, Primetime Phil. I think this is good news for Wanye Thomas finally. Wanye Thomas will get some actual run at playing safety. Mike Zimmer likes bigger corners. Israel Mukwamu, it's now or never. Nashawn Wright, now or never. But I still would want to go out and get Mike Zimmer plays press man coverage. Okay? That's what he likes his corners to be physical at the point of attack and up on the defender. So, we could use another corner. So, if you do what I say and go get me a lineman and a stud linebacker in free agency, Derrick Henry would be, I'd probably hold off till after the draft to see what we were able to do in the draft. But we don't have a lot of picks, people. We don't have a lot of draft picks. So it's not like you need to wait for the draft, which could be, not having a lot of draft picks could be good for the Cowboys because they know they have to go out in free agency. So they got to identify who they want back, you know? So if you really are going all in, then you need, Stephen Jones needs to be signing a lot of players, flipping a lot of switches on Terrence Steele's contract, Diggs' contract. I thought they did that. They did not. They could flip a switch on Martin, or right tackle, Zach Martin. There's a lot of things that I didn't even include in that $45 million in cap space. That was just just a couple moves. So, I mean, re-signs and releases. So, but we're going to have questions like Gilmore and Osa Odigizua. I say you would have to, I think Gilmore can get a $12 million deal probably somewhere 1 year, maybe. I would see if I can get Gilmore 2 years, 16 mil, fully guaranteed. There it is. 2 years, 16 mil. Give him 8 and 8 or whatever. Put a void in here so we could stretch out the money. You know how they do that. So that's what I would do with Stephon. And I'm hearing that they want to slide Stephon into the slot. Leave him in the slot. Have Bland and have Diggs on the outside. You got Eric Scott. You got Mukwamu, hopefully, and whoever they draft. So I'm just getting into the cornerbacks in the draft. It is very deep. So pause. So yes, we got a lot to do, people. A lot to do. One last thing, I just saw where Kyle Shanahan is, he's miffed. He's miffed that people are questioning his coaching and that he's not a big game coach. Why are you miffed, Kyle? Why are you miffed? I'm shocked that you're miffed. You lost 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. You didn't even know the overtime rules or didn't do your job until your players what they were. But that's me. I'm at work. Don't forget a 2 p.m. Eastern lunchtime chat. Game time, Ryan, out. Peace.